Hello and welcome to DannyMorel.com. Specifically for those of you that received my bi-weekly video newsletter, welcome to all of you. I hope this video finds you doing fantastic. In my last video, what I spoke about was how amazing a time it is to be thinking of purchasing real estate right now. And I know some of you are probably thinking, you know what, Danny, listen, I get the picture, but unfortunately, I can't do anything right now because I just short sold my home 2 years ago or a year ago, and I'm just kind of recuperating from the economic downturn. The fact of the matter is that I'm going to be speaking to three groups of people in this video. Number one, people that have never owned a home and are thinking about buying right now. Number two, people who possibly owned a home before and then had to short sale their property and are planning on fixing their credit and getting back into a position where they could buy. And then last but not least, number three is the investors out there that you of all people already know this is an amazing time. Since the last time I recorded the video that you received 2 weeks ago in your email box, something amazing has happened. Interest rates have dropped again. In the past 2 weeks, interest rates were hovering just below 4%, and now they're probably just above 4%. So they're hovering right in that range right now. When you combine that with the fact that prices are at an all-time low, I mean, it really is the best time to buy real estate, and that time is right now. Now, here's where I'm going to challenge some of you, and here's where some of you might want to grab a piece of paper and a pen and jot down some notes, because it's not a great time to buy because of what you think or for the reason that you might think it would be a great time to buy. See, conventional wisdom tells you it's a great time to buy because if prices are low and the interest rates are low, that means that my payment is going to be low. And guys, that's where I got to challenge every single one of you that subscribe to our newsletter and a lot of you that are watching this video on the internet, is that I believe that one of the gravest mistakes we could make when buying a home is to think about and focus on solely the monthly payment. Some of you are saying, well, wait a minute, Danny, that's all we think about. We think what's going to be the monthly payment and can we afford the monthly payment? And guys, the reality is that that's what got us into this mess in the first place, is that type of thinking. For those of you that follow the Dave Ramsey show, Dave is is America's financial expert right now. And one of the things that I've learned from him is that is the last thing you should be thinking of when you're buying a home. Here's why. In case you've forgotten, when you write an application to purchase a house and when you write an application to get a home loan to purchase a house, you are borrowing money from someone in order to be able to buy that house. See, there was a time in American history where that's how people thought. People thought, I'm going to borrow, whatever it was back then, $40,000 or $50,000. I'm going to work my tail off for 15 to 20 years, and in 15 to 20 years, I'll be done. And I'm going to actually be able to go out and be able to afford living an amazing lifestyle where I don't have to make a monthly payment anymore. Times have changed. People, I think, rarely, and I know because we've sold hundreds of homes in our career, people are rarely thinking today, man, someday I'm going to pay off my loan. Instead, they're thinking the opposite. They're thinking, you know what, can I afford the payment? And if I can afford the payment, man, let me get into the biggest house possible for that monthly payment. And I'm going to challenge you here today to think for a quick second. How big were the homes that were constructed in the 40s and 50s? They were smaller, weren't they? As a matter of fact, for those of you that live here in Southern California, take a drive up and down Euclid Avenue in Upland. Take a drive down in the center of some of the parts of the city of Fontana, and you'll see that a lot of the homes are a lot smaller. Why? Because that's how they were built back then. People back then, when they were buying homes, they didn't think about making a payment. They thought about, where can I find a comfortable place for my family to be, and how soon can I pay this loan off? Why? Because back then, debt was the enemy. Today, debt is acceptable. I want you to think of this statistic for a quick second. I did some research and I went to CoreLogic, and I found out that there are 74.5 million homeowners in the U.S. today. And of those, 60% have a mortgage on their property. Here's what that means. That means that if you have 10 friends right now, think about it this way, okay? If you have 10 friends right now that own a house, 6 of them have a mortgage on their house. That's 6 families that have to come up with $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a month just to be able to survive, okay? But if you live here in Southern California, you know the reality is a little bit different than that, isn't it? I don't have the exact number, but if you live here in Southern California, you know that the reality is that probably 9 out of 10 people that you know right now, especially in the age category between the 30s to late 40s, have a home mortgage on their loan have a home mortgage on their property right now. See, the reason why today is a great time to buy real estate is because you can borrow less money and you're going to pay less interest on the money that you borrow. Guys, think about your family for a quick second. If you're watching this video, I want you to write out a list of all of your expenses right now. And at the top, I want you to write down your home mortgage. And think for a second what it would be like to live a life without having to pay that home mortgage. How many more vacations can you go on? How much better quality of living could you have? Think about these things for a second. And when you think about life and when you think about your ability to purchase a home, think about it in that way. How quickly can I pay off this loan? But Danny, you don't understand my situation. I don't make that much money. Okay, then great. Add an additional $100 or $200 to your mortgage payment and watch what an impact that makes on breaking down the principal that you owe on the property. You see, this is an amazing time to buy real estate, and I believe it's going to be an amazing time for about the next 24 to 36 months because prices are going to maintain low, interest rates are going to stay low as well, and that gives you the ability to buy a comfortable home for your family and to be able to do it in a fashion where you can legitimately pay off your home mortgage within the next 15 to 20 years, and that should be your target, not 30. So once again, if you are out there right now and you are not a homeowner, should you be considering buying a home? Man, oh man, yes, do it and do it today. If you're someone out there that maybe just, is brushing themselves off from this recent economic downturn and, maybe you just short sold your home, should you be thinking about buying a house? Yes, absolutely. Hopefully you learned your lesson this time and hopefully you buy something a little bit smaller, more comfortable, and think about the security that you can provide for your family if you can buy something that you can afford and you can actually set your mind to being able to pay off within the next 15 to 20 years. And last but not least, if you're an investor, gosh, there's some amazing programs that allow you to buy real estate today that could truly help you create wealth over the next 10 to 15 years. Whoever you are out there watching this video, do yourself a favor. Give us a call. We would love to talk in depth with you about how this period of time, the next 24 to 36 months, could absolutely change the history of your family forever. How? By taking advantage of low prices and low interest rates. Now, if you're a member of our video newsletters, I'm sure you're getting these types of educational videos every 2 weeks. Hopefully you're liking them and hopefully you can share them with some of your friends. If you're not and you're maybe just happen to find us on the internet or on Facebook, I want you to go to DannyMorel.com and I want you to click to receive our video newsletter so you make sure you don't ever miss videos like this again. Once again, if you'd like more information about what we spoke about today, and if you'd like to sit down and really be able to see what you need to do to position yourself to take advantage of this amazing market, give me a call at the number featured at the bottom of your screen or shoot me an email at danny@interoranchocucamonga.com. I hope nothing but the best for you and your family, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with another amazing video blog newsletter. Take care.